Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I'm going to talk about a spectacular aspect that's going to be happening the end of May, and it is the Saraswati Yoga. And Saraswati is the god in Indian mythology of the arts, of education, of learning. And this is so beautiful. It really does expand on these things. So there's a new learning, there's an appreciation for the arts, there's beauty. And this is occurring in the sign of Gemini. Now there's going to be Saraswati Yoga forming both in Gemini and then again in Cancer in June. So that's two different energies though. So first I want to talk now about the one that's occurring in Gemini, because this is relative to May, but it's only going to be in effect for about 3 days. It's going to be happening around the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of May. And the 31st of May, which is a full moon, is going to be kind of bizarre. I saw so many things happening on that day. It was uncanny. But the Saraswati Yoga is a positive yoga. It isn't rare. It is when Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury align in the same sign. So there's different variances of this yoga, I must say, but let's just say we're all three benefics, which those are the natural benefics, aligned together in a sign. And for those of you that know your chart, you might want to consider where it's occurring in your chart. They say the best placements for the Saraswati to happen is going to be either in your first house, your fourth house, your seventh house, or your 10th house. Those are the angles. Those are the kendras. And or the triconals, which are 5 and 9. Of course, the first as well. So this is a powerful yoga of learning, advancement in education, our mind, things expand. But I feel like things are shifting so heavily all at the same time. So this Saraswati Yoga that happens from May 29th, 30th, and 31st, the thing that forms it together is Mercury coming into the sign of Gemini. But by June 1st, Jupiter leaves Gemini and goes into Cancer. So it's broken on June 1st, the Saraswati Yoga. But then Jupiter goes into its exaltation sign, which has another positive added benefit to it. So we'll talk about that when we get into June. But let me tell you a little bit about what this can mean, and also what it could mean for you personally, because that's the most important thing, how it's going to be affecting you. But before I do, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter so you can get all of my predictions delivered to your email address free. Go to galacticcenter.org. And while you're there, scroll down, look at the offerings from my Patreon group. You're not going to believe how many things you can be a part of. And be part of our spiritual community that meets weekly. And another thing is, if you want your own predictions from your chart daily, get my planner. It's going to another level, and you're going to want it. And if you join soon, you will get advantages for discounts for when it becomes on the App Store. So join that as well. That is galacticcenter.com. Okay, now one last thing. If you want to learn and become my student, check out my university. It is the best school out there. University of Vedic Astrology.com. Now let's get going and talk more about Saraswati, because I love the fact that Mercury is in Gemini during this Saraswati for these 3 days, because Mercury in Gemini really expands the mind, the consciousness, and our awareness. So Mercury is actually the strongest planet in this combo, and that expands on information, learning. Now, another thing is going on around this time of this Saraswati Yoga, and it is really significant that there is an Adhi Yoga going on too. And those of you that don't know at all what I'm talking about, these are different planetary aspects that means something. Just as the Saraswati is all 3 benefics coming together, you know that's something good. In the sign of Gemini, you know it's something good about advancements in technology, in learning, education. The world is growing in consciousness and awareness. But in Adhi Yoga is where you take the moon, and those 3 benefics go to houses either 6, 7, or 8 from the moon. Any combination. And actually on May 31st, when the moon does go into Scorpio, it will be debilitated. All 3 benefics will be in the 8th house from the moon. Remember, it has to be in the 6th, 7th, or 8th. Now, the Adhi Yoga means clarity and clearness, and it actually means stainlessness. So it's like truth, clarity, clear. And it's very pious. It's very good. It's like of the good things. So what I think this means is that the truth is coming out, and it can't hide anymore. All the corruption, all the lies, all the denials, things are coming out. That's what this Adhi Yoga is doing. But don't forget, the moon will be in Scorpio, its debilitation sign. And yes, we have that full moon during this time. There is a huge light that is being shed. This can actually mean the disclosure of the alien life. And you know, with so much going on with today as I speak, there's been 11 scientists that have either died or disappeared that are connected to the alien thing, the intelligence. What is going on? Well, we will know. This is what this is all about. This is the preempt before the disclosure. Once they figure out and get all this out, then there's no lying about it anymore. People are going to flip over this. This is the shift in consciousness and awareness I've been talking about. This is where it's all coming. Even in this aspect on this at this time period predicts this. It will be an all-out calamity for some people because, believe it or not, you wouldn't believe this way if you're on my channel. Some people don't believe in aliens. And that's just because they're fearful of the prospect of what that could mean for their life. And yes, we've been brainwashed our whole life by all of the science fiction movies way back when, ever since Roswell happened in the late 40s, that aliens are here to kill us. That's what all the movies tell you. So people think that. If they wanted to kill us, they could have a long time ago. They are so advanced. And I believe they could help us. But a lot of people cannot wrap their head around that. I don't know why. They think they're demonic or something. And that's another bent that's going to happen through all this. All the religions that pretty much, how are you going to, where does that put your religious belief? Okay, that's where we're headed. And that's what I think the Saraswati means. And I think a lot of these aspects are kind of all converging at the same time. But if Saraswati is about learning and education, then it's that we are learning the truth. And this can advance our education by leaps and bounds if we are connected to a higher intelligence that can help us. Think about it. I think it's got to be fact because Mercury is in Gemini. Gemini is information, the internet, communications, media, all of it's coming to light, and especially with the full moon occurring during the time of the Saraswati in Gemini. It's kind of frightening and terrifying in a way that it all has to happen at once. But good is coming out of this. That's all I have to say. A lot of good is coming out of this. There's going to be a new world. And it's all seen in the fact that these three benefics are bringing out our intelligence, our light, information, and even the beauty of the arts, the beauty of our planet, seeing the beauty in everything. For so long, people have only looked for the ugly things in life. It's really pathetic, but true. But this is all changing. There's going to be a new awareness. There has to be. And trust me, this June and July are glorious. Glorious for those of you, like me, that want the truth out, and you want people to grow in awareness and consciousness, and our humanity needs it. This Saraswati Yoga will also enable people to start to make better livings at being teachers, at being artists, at doing creative work, because for so long there's no way to make a living. But this will change. And I think the AI can actually help our creative powers, although it will be stealing a lot of things, such as I already found where my YouTube was translated in another language in another country. So there's so much going on. And people are just, they aren't, I mean, it's not right, but people are, a lot of this will be exposed. All of the darkness and corruption and lying and cheating and stealing information. It's all changing. This Saraswati brings things to light. The full moon brings things to light. So I'm looking at these last 3 days in May as revolutionary times. That's what this Saraswati means. Now, Saraswati, let's just put it this way. Let me go through the signs, and if your moon or your ascendant are in these signs, I'm just going to give one thing that this could mean for you. If you have Aries moon or ascendant, this can mean new learning, travel. If you have Taurus moon or ascendant, this will mean great wealth for you. If you have Gemini moon or ascendant, this means you are becoming more confident and a new you is being born. If you have Cancer moon or ascendant, this Saraswati means so much is coming to help you from your past. If your moon or ascendant is in Leo, then this means this Saraswati is going to come through friends, or help is going to come through friends, in social events. If you have Virgo as your moon or ascendant, then your career is going to take off. If you have Libra moon or ascendant, then this means you will be traveling extensively and learning. If your ascendant or moon sit in Scorpio, there is deep introspection that will heal. If your moon or ascendant sits in Sagittarius, relationships are going to prosper in a huge, big way. If your moon or ascendant sits in Capricorn, your health and your work will excel. If your moon or ascendant are in Aquarius, then your creative side will soar and take off. If you have Pisces moon or ascendant, this is something about your home, your real estate will excel and grow. If you And that covers all the signs. Yeah, I started with Aries. So think about the Saraswati Yoga in a positive light. It's going to give opportunities, expansion, shed light on the darkness, and give truth of information through communications. And things can no longer operate in the dark because now everything's exposed. What a beautiful Saraswati. I will get back with you with the Saraswati in June that takes off in the sign of Cancer. So I hope you enjoyed this little dissertation and what the Saraswati can mean. And by the way, it is not rare. Every time Jupiter's in a sign and possibly Venus and Mercury align with it, it could happen every year or practically every other year that it can occur. So, but it's a beautiful, beautiful yoga. Look for it and bless it because it can give you great benefits. So with that, I'll close. If you want more information on me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Thank you.